Right? So we give institutions a hard time. You know, Obama and others are like sort of...
You can give him a hard time about that?
We'll schedule it. You should give him a hard time for that.
But give him a hard time, you know, even in the grave.
And I basically just give him a hard time. Jeremy and I don't want to give him a hard time on stage, so
that I would give him a hard time.
This what you do, and then give yourself a really hard time. What a
don't give me too hard of a time. In the comments, where
patron, and she did give him a hard time about his idea.
To me, which is people really give trans women a hard time.
I mean, it seems to me everywhere you turn, you're facing people who occasionally, you know, give you a hard time.
It's extraordinary because I was going to give the dean a hard time.
So I wrote him, I don't know, just give him a hard time.
We give Golden a hard time, but I mean, their stuff always works.
Up or give yourself a hard time if the attention moves away.
So please give him a hard time for that if you get a chance.
So, but I just put this up here, not to just give my partners a hard time.
I had a reporter in the UK sort of was giving me a hard time for the first book. And I said, well...
a variety... How to stand up to general practitioners. Give them a hard time.
Does she give you a hard time about it ever?
All of the time. Get the best rating, so please rate me high, and then I can give them a hard time about it next week when...
But I'm now going to give you a hard time for having used them.
Always give us flyboys in the Air Force a hard time because we have wonderful...
And I kind of give him a hard time now, I say.
And I did give Matt a hard time about not coming.
Justice Kennedy did not give the challengers a hard time at all.
Don't give him a hard time. Don't give him a hard time.
We really give him a hard time?
I wasn't giving you a hard time anymore.
I wasn't giving you a hard time. It's just a really busy season for us.
I consider that.
And still we give a woman a hard time.
You can give her a hard time for being late?
Where were you?
A softball question, I know. I promise later I will give these guys a bit of a hard time, but...
Hard when you're getting misinterpreted. And I think we give God a hard time because we misinterpret him.
My friends especially give me a hard time, including Devin.
Likes to give me a hard time by saying, you know...
And she is here tonight, so you can give her a hard time.
And if they still give you a hard time, contact me. I got some